Hello traders, good weekend. Vladimir here, and this is the weekly forecast for the first week of October 2016 and the first week that brings us again a non-farm payrolls report. Last time the Federal Reserve did not increase the rates, but they did say that the market condition come to the place where they will have to raise the rates. As I said, not once, not just me, the chance to get the increase rates before the elections very, very low. That's why we actually did not get it. The non-farm payrolls, though, if it will turn to be good and positive, could again renew the and the non-farm payrolls to be published this Friday could actually go and renew the speculations of increasing the rates on the coming period. Beside that, the Chinese bank is off this week. We have some other important news to come. Like speech from Wheeler in New Zealand, cash rate in Australia. Then we have, of course, GDT, again, the dairy price in New Zealand to be published on Tuesday. Retail sales in Australia, a lot of news from the Pacifics, as you can see. Trade balance in Canada and the ADP on Wednesday in US. And trade balance in Australia again. And then all the eyes to Friday, then the non-farm payrolls will be published along with the unemployment rate. So what are the opportunities we are going to look at this week? Let's start with the pound dollar, which is still actually most of the pound pairs still trading in a range. Okay, still big triangle or range pattern here. We are on the bottom right now, and that could turn to be like a triple bottom and make some kind of deep correction. And we have all the reasons for that according to the monthly and weekly chart. That's doable, that could happen. And on the same time, that could be right now the beginning of the last leg down to get increased. As for the short term, we get here on a 4-hour chart, we got triple cycle down, or actually this is a rare situation of double cycle and special cycle to be called on the same place. This could be the special and that could be the double. Both are correct, both start by divergence. Two false breaks on their own, the bottom, one on the top. That means that there is a big chance we are in a corrective area. On a 1-hour chart, we did hold the bottom with two false breaks by itself. We do gain the momentum here again. But last week was extremely zigzagging on almost everywhere. Heavy zigzags up and down, up and down, up and down. It was very, very hard to trade. So very interesting to see if this week would be different. But anyway, we did break the trend line. We do gain higher highs, higher lows, sorry. So technically we have all the room to rally towards this place. Where from, again, we either go higher according to the daily chart range, or we started to move down to the new bottoms. That should be decided by the speculations around the non-farm payrolls report and cash rates to come from, and according to the cash rates speculations from the US. Euro dollar, well, still dancing around, still nothing. That was the entire week. Take a look. Okay, that's how we actually moved here. Entire week, boom, 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 boom. Friday, it looked like there is a chance for move down, but again, retraced all the way up, doing nothing, still stuck in the same position. And the good news are that we are kind of at the end of this triangle, the daily potential triangle, which very likely about to start the move to any of the direction. Break up and we could start to see the euro dollar climbing higher, and break down and we could start to see the euro dollar maybe once again going all the way to the bottoms, which also makes sense if the speculations around the rates in US to be raised would go up again according to the non-farm payrolls to be published on Friday. So you can see how everything is connected for a reason. I always asked about my view, how much fundamental effect on the chart, and there is always disagreement between the fundamental traders and the technical traders. Fundamentals say that everything comes from the fundamentals, which of course is true this or other way. The technical though claim that everything is represented on the chart, and again it's true because everything is represented on the chart. Many times the charts even let you understand that something is about to happen fundamentally when we come to the edge. The chart does not say what, but the chart does tell you we reached this specific period, and the current period on most of the chart tell that something is about to happen. Speculations are about to get a new trend to begin. This or other way, it's about to happen. So that's for the euro dollar. We want to get out of this channel, and if it's going to make it to the upside, I want to see the break above this high, then pull back, and with the break we can go try the longs. The idea here again, remember, small risk, much higher reward, and we can expect, according to the price action as it went before, we could expect this leg to be duplicated, which means long way up. If not duplicated, then at least we can talk about 61.8, which is a gain around 116. So we definitely have to pay attention to this one for potential breakout, and the break below the bottom of here, that's a 111.20, break below that, and we should be looking for sell rallies. And the euro pound, well, how much I love this pair, not because it makes anything, it didn't. That's what it did the entire week. Really ugly, especially on Friday. It did give some idea with the breakout here, which again retraced immediately to the upside, doing nothing again. So that was just fake attempt. But here comes the but. We are on a zone of reversal, and it's going to happen. So for us, it's only sells, as I have explained not once already. So you probably remember this scenario. There is a very good chance we are about to get one more spike up and one more false break after that to continue move in this range. So by ideal, I would like to get this special cycle completing itself somewhere here, maybe breaking finally above the last high of the daily and start the correction after that. And if not, I would like to see first of all how the pair managed to get out of this range, and that's also a very important thing to watch. So by ideal, we should get it there. If not, and it breaks down, this is the bottom, retrace, break, and then only then we can again talk about sells. So keep an eye on this one, should be very interesting. Let's move on to the other pairs we have on the list. New Zealandian dollar. The central bank in New Zealand did say that they will have to intervene somewhere because they cannot accept too big, too expensive. Was looking for this word. Too expensive value for the New Zealandian. According to the weekly cycle, and you remember that we are already in a bearish zone, we still hold this range created, which is very well seen on the 4-hour chart. But take a look, it's also head and shoulders pattern. Yeah, it's definitely ugly, but that's a shoulder. That's a very powerful head. That's again a shoulder. So this length of the shoulder is going on right now. And we can say that as long as we do hold here, okay, this range is about to sell rallies. So from my point of view, that's exactly what we should be looking to do. By ideal, we climb higher, like to 0.7330, maybe even higher. That's by ideal, and then we will be looking for sells, of course. So not by ideal. My my scenario would be like this: get a false break, get a momentumal change by creating lower lows, retrace, and look for sells after that. Anyway, I'm looking only for sells here. Even if rally comes in, I don't really care, because the bearish pressure and the date is so strong. So we really want to stick to that direction. And if the down move really about to begin, I just want you to remember that according to the triple cycle we did have on a daily chart, we could aim all the way to here. So the risk rewards we could get on such situation is huge. That's why it's best for us to stick to low time frame trading, looking for these scenarios. Even if we fail once, twice, 3 times, once we make the move, the risk reward is going to be so much bigger and it's going to pay for the entire move. Another New Zealand pair on the list that we are talking long time already about, Aussie Kiwi. You know my bullish view about this one. It's not about to change. We have cash rate in Australia this week, so that could be some small trap. But anyway, we completed exactly what we wanted to see by this first move up. So now there is a pretty good chance we are about to move in this kind of range and fly, or that we are about to see 2 waves correction, which is going to be something like that, which also makes sense. Get closer to the trend line, and then with the breakouts we would be again after buys, unless there will be some crazy surprise from Australia or New Zealand with their news to be published this week. My goal and idea is only find the buy opportunities, because I do believe we are going to the top of this range. Okay, but first of all, we should revisit the top of this range. That's around 107.30. I believe we are going much higher. So anyway, for me, it's only look for buy opportunities. Another one that really worth to look at, that's New Zealandian Canadian. Let me just find this one on the chart. Here we go. Again, we are on the top of the cycle, and that could be seen well on the monthly, weekly, and the daily combinations. But this pair is real tricky, because from one side, yeah, it still could climb higher to the same 0.98, maybe even parity level that I've been talking about a long time ago. But we cannot ignore this double cycle, we cannot ignore the divergence. It's there already, which means basically for us it's only sells. This trend line was broken and holding. The 4-hour chart trend line was broken and holding. We do have a bearish convergence here, which we got inside and holding. We are inside this trade. When I say we, I mean of course from the for the club. We are on 0.9635. We are holding this one right from this place. We had a bearish hidden divergence here, classical bend to bend situation like I love to see, and that's really why it's so powerful, guys. Take a look. We had Bollinger Band duplication, which reflected immediately by band to band move with a false attempt to break out, creating bearish hidden divergence, and then again band to band. You understand that a big money is playing around right now. Moves are beautiful, clear, so the setup should be as well. Those of you who are inside this rally's breakout should be sold. We are only after sell, even if we rallied again to the top of this potential range. We still didn't talk about this range. That was a false break up. That's a false break down. So there is a pretty serious chance that we are now turning into this range. And if that's the scenario, fine. If we are about to climb here all the way to the up, we will be looking again for false breaks and sells. Does not matter how we turn that around. Our goal here is to look only for sell opportunities. Okay, so we did cash out first part. We're holding the rest one, the last part, part actually. Looking for this gap to be closed and support on this place. After that, we could see very big drop down to take place. But don't forget, this is monthly, weekly, daily cycles combination. It's gonna take some time. Pound New Zealandian, how much I love this pair with all the opportunities, but there is a chance that that's not a bottom yet. I've been talking about that a while ago, time to remind, we still have all the reasons for this double cycle to get duplicated completely, and that's around 170. Actually, even, yeah, here we go, 170 zone. So yeah, that's still reachable and doable, but on the same time, we also hold that triple cycle here, triple bottom, sorry. So what's about to happen? Are we about to get a correction to close the gap first of all, then down move? Doable. If not, and we break below, fine, we are after sells. As for short term, as long as the bottoms hold on the daily chart, we are after possible rallies to the top of the range, or maybe even to close the gap from the daily chart. So again, remember the very, very simple thing here. It's all about the risk reward, and currently this pair does hold a trend line as well. So higher highs, higher lows, so far so good. Possible for rallies are there possibilities. Pound Aussie, same story, dancing around the bottoms. Now according to the daily chart, we still could have one more false break, and that's actually a scenario I would want to see, to get this one big leg, effectively was one more leg down towards 167 or 166, or maybe even a bit lower, to cause a buy there would be really amazing. Currently we do have false breaks, we don't have convergence nowhere, so it's very, very, very tricky condition and situation. But since we are on the bottom of this potential ranging cycle, we want to get every bottom as a buy opportunity. Other words, if we can get like here false breaks, right, with divergence, then we can try to go with this buys. It might be short term, but our idea is to stick with these buy opportunities to come. So we could get two waves down here and start looking for the buys after that. That would be just ideal setup. Let's go for a bit of Canadian pairs. Dollar Canadian still dancing and holding its ugly range. And I don't really have a view. We didn't have false breaks here. We have false break on the bottom. We are in a range. There is nothing else to say. If we can climb to the top of the range, we should be looking again for sell opportunities. If we break above this range, we are going for the final run to 135, which should be like that. So currently we are inside. We really can't do nothing. But if we break below, and it's because in the news from dollar pairs are going to turn negative, we break down, we break the trend line, and going lower, we should be looking for sell rallies, because according to the weekly chart time frame, later or sooner we are going for the second leg down, which is going to take us to this place and this trend line. Okay, so the bears will take place. Only question is when exactly it's about to start and happen. So keep an eye on this pair and its range. Breakout could lead for great opportunities. Aussie Canadian. Well, by ideal, this pair should climb towards 103 zone, and here is why. Because we do have this cycle on a weekly chart. This is 103 zone, and we do have the daily cycle as well, bringing the 61.8 expansion to the same place, 103 zone. So by ideal, we can expect one more push down until a bullish divergence recreates, maybe back to this trend line, and we can start to look for possible buy opportunities, aiming to the 103 there. And the reason for that is we still did not get a really classical divergence to end, combination between weekly and daily. Weekly still pointing up, so we can't call it divergence yet. Therefore, possibilities for rally is still high. But here comes the but. That could turn to be also double false break, right? One false break, two false break. It could turn to be a triangle like this. So we might get some rally here, and maybe after that a bottom to this range again before we rally. So anyway, one more push down and we can start to look for buy opportunities short term. Then we'll have to stop and see if it's just the middle of this move, So like this, okay, just to explain myself. This, and then we neither go for all the way highs or we break down for second leg down according to the daily chart. That's two possibilities for this pair, which we are looking to trade. Dollar yen holding also the bottom. We have this trend line. It's so far holding. So really to try and guess what's about to happen now is not the smartest thing to do. However, there are several pairs that we are looking to trade. Aussie yen looks amazing, buy opportunity for the very long term. You know that my view did not change. I can't say we have clear setup right now. We still dance around the daily. Sorry, let's remove that here. Still dance around the daily range right here, and you can see that how it moves clearly there. So we still can climb to this top, but the question is that enough to get already the momentum up? And about that I'm not quite sure. So basically every drop down we could look for buy opportunities. According to the weekly chart, we're only after buys, the weekly cycles, and that's exactly the direction I want to go with. Only buys. That's the direction I want to see. So every drop, two waves, back to trend lines, and we can look for buy opportunities. Pound yen and euro yen, from my point of view, not clear, so I'm not going to waste your time watching on that. The one I do want is CAD yen, which completing right now second false break. So the question is if that's about to hold or not. We will know that on the week to come. One more push lower and we go to 73 zone approximately, 74, 73, maybe even a bit lower. That will be more than fine. But so far we do hold a false break, right? So what we want to see on the lower time frame is actually something like that. We did have this push. We want to see this movement here. And if we manage to hold, we can start talking about buys with small risk here. If that's about to happen and follow this way, we can try the longs and maybe by ideal start the huge rally that will later or sooner take place according to the weekly chart. And if we can get it here on the 1 hour chart, that could provide us amazing risk opportunity, and that's what we want to see. So we want to see one more push down to mirror this here we go, mirror this idea here, right? So one more push down, that there it could be like second leg down, or it could be to the bottom of this range, and again we will be looking for buys after that with the breakouts. Okay, so that's the entire plan. How long do we aim from here? Well, first of all, the previous highs, right, that should be retested. Risk reward is still amazing there. Then if we break it, we have really big targets, and that could be amazing opportunity. So keep an eye. If it just retraces down and continues without holding and providing us the breakouts we want, let it go, because according to the weekly, the monthly chart, there is a chance we are going to get one more low around 73, bit higher, bit lower, before we start the rally. So, and I talk about this level because this is the 61.8 of this cycle. Okay, so somewhere like here, that's where it should stop. It's actually even a bit lower than 73 according to the numbers. So we have to pay attention to this level and this scenario as well, and trade carefully. Remember the bottom line here. It's all about the risk reward. If you can get small risk, huge reward opportunity, go for your buys. That's all. Even if you're wrong 1, 2, 3, 4 times, once you make the move, you make the whole move and much bigger profits. And that's all about profits. Remember, I always say that in every video. No one cares about how many times you write. Trader's job is to make money. That's all. Cat franc, another pair I'm looking only for buy opportunities. And currently this pair is around a great buy opportunity. It still could take it lower a bit, like the 0.72 zone, but on the same time it's dancing around the range. Nothing clear here, so I would prefer to again get the bottom of the range, or maybe and ideally one more low down. If not, I would wait until it get out of the range and then buy retraces, expecting the weekly cycle start its rally towards new highs. It's a bit early right now, so we have to remember that. Gold and silver. Well, silver so far did exactly what we wanted. If you remember, during the daily forecast, that's exactly what we've been talking about. Rallied to here and started sell down, then move down. That's what is potentially going to happen. We want to get it below these bottoms, then sell rallies. If you're already in from this move, as we have been talking about, classical, hold your sells. If not, breakout, and we should be able to start and see this completing itself. Okay, so that could be a really good opportunity. Same with the gold, which looks like a potential breakout here. Go below these bottoms, gain the momentum, sell rallies would be the case for us. We also though have to be careful here, because here is why. Last week we got speculations about troubles in Deutsche Bank. Now, the stronger it will become, and the bigger the rumors and speculation would be, the bigger the effect would be. And that could cause a huge rally on gold and silver, because that's the safe haven when people tend to run when issues come in. Well, if not, expect one more push down that we have been talking about, and then, only then, we are about to create some flight. So very, very careful here, because it might turn to be like one more false breakdown. So the best thing for us to do is actually get the move, get the pullback, and look for the last trend line and look for the breakouts, because that will allow us to take small risk and expect huge rewards. If we fail, fine, we always can switch the direction and again improve our risk reward. It's all about the risk reward and risk reward only. Oil, after the speculations and the rumors of the OPEC, which will have again more and more meetings from now on, only after buys. So we want to see two waves down and go for buys. The plan did not change, and according to the S&P and the others, I talk about also only about the S&P, we did not get the false break on the monthly chart just yet, which means S&P could still make the move for a final run. But there is a small problem right now. We are in a here. Oh, come on, here. We are now in a range, which should be decided on the coming period, maybe after non-farm payrolls. If we hold this zone, every bottom could be easy a buy opportunity for one more rally. If we don't and we switch to the downside, we are going for a possible second leg down here. According to this cycle, we should get the 38.2 here, 2050 approximately. So if it will not hold the bottoms and will break, we will be looking for the breakouts, rallies to be sold for the second leg. Okay, yeah, I know it's not short term, it's something to watch, but on the current levels, things are about to return to the bullish side or gain a bearish momentum for the correction from the previous daily cycle. Keep an eye here. New month starts, new positions to begin. And remember what I always say, don't try to make hero calls or be wrong all the times. No one cares about how many times you be right all the times, pardon. No one cares about how many times you actually right. Everyone cares about the money. That's what talks for trader. That's the difference between trader and analyst. Analysts need to be right on his analysis, right? We as traders, no one cares. We need to make money. So risk reward is the word for us, and that's what we have to look for on the best places and the best opportunities. So that would be all for today. I wish you a wonderful week. I'll see you around, of course, with the daily forecasts. with daily updates, and I wish you a wonderful week. Good trading, and remember of the non-farm payrolls. Okay, sometimes these weeks start to be very tricky. So once again, thanks for your time. I wish you all the best. Yours, Vladimir.